There seems to be some confusion over why the ice in Antarctica dates back, apparently for many pole shift periods. If one analyses the last few shifts, it becomes apparent that the South Pole was either directly over, partially over Antarctica, or nearby in the ocean. When a pole is over water close to land, the landmass retains its ice. This is due to the influence of this large block of ice afloat, with cold water washing against the landmass and the impact of air currents. As we have stated in Zeta Talk, the prior shift moved the North Pole from Greenland to its present location. Before this, it was positioned over the East Siberian Sea, having pulled Siberia northward, where the largest number of mammoth die-off occurred. Tracing the North Pole over the past few shifts, one observes that it spent some time over Scandinavia, where it resided between the 4th and 5th shifts back. When it moved from Scandinavia into the Arctic north of Siberia, Europe experienced a warming, its glaciers melting. Prior to its time in Scandinavia, the North Pole was centered over North America. Revisiting the shift from Scandinavia into the Arctic north of Siberia, we see a significant warming effect as Europe's glaciers began melting. Before its stint in Scandinavia, the North Pole was centered over North America, influencing the climate patterns observed there. The flood occurred because during the time the North Pole was over North America, the South Pole was over the ocean south of India. When the North Pole moved to Scandinavia, the South Pole repositioned on the other side of Antarctica. However, being over water, the former South Pole melted from the bottom, floating on the water in a honeycomb shape. It retained a lot of cold as the ocean water coming from Antarctica distributed this cold, so the ice melt was not complete. A subsequent shift lurched this honeycombed ice and fractured it, so it dropped into the ocean, creating a displacement wave, the flood. This water roared up toward Arabia and elsewhere north of this splash, narrowing into the waterways between Africa and Asia, Europe. Water does what it does when under pressure it went into tidal bore. This caused more sea level rise in the area Noah lives in, described in the Bible as the flood. This water did not cover the rest of the world to this height. Thus, as most coastlines allowed the splash to distribute, not bore.